need to be moving on just because I'm an artist and I can't do the same thing twice. I'm more productive now than I used to be. Very strange. I have 2 children. I have a very busy place at home, like you said. But for some reason, I've never released as much tracks as I did last year, and this year I'm going to release even more tracks than last year. And they're all my own productions or co-productions. I'm actually producing these tracks, so I don't know where I find the time. I guess these kids inspire me as well to be more creative and productive. I don't have time to fool around in the studio anymore. I feel I'm using my time more efficient now. And what I like most about having children is that they are the most important thing in my life. And I'm not just saying that because that's what you're supposed to say as a parent, but I'm saying that because I love the fact that when I come home, I'm not the center of things anymore. I don't like to be the center of things. You know, when I come to a birthday or something, or I meet a family member, they always start talking about, so hey, how was Miami? How was Ultra? Or how's your career? Blah blah blah. How's your new single? And I was like, you know what? I'm not interested in me. I don't want to be talking about you. How are you doing? You know. So and now when I have children, I come home and I'm just a part of the family. I have to take out the trash. I have to go shopping for groceries, which puts everything back into perspective. Because if you start to believe in this life, if you start to believe in this success, you know, I see some artists around me that actually are here like, okay, they're in their own world almost, and that's not real life. Real life is growing up with 2 young children and seeing them become themselves. That's real life. Of course, this life sitting here talking to you in Miami and the sun out is great, it's fantastic, but that's just living the dream, you know. That's not reality. The first thing you have to accept in any relationship is that people change constantly, like your skin, you know. Did you know that every cell in your body changes every 7 years? So physically, you're a new human being after 7 years. That also goes for the human, the spirit. I mean, the woman that I'm married to now is still the same woman, but the cells in her body have changed. So to keep up with that change, because human beings are constantly changing, you need to be communicating. And you should not promise each other things that you cannot actually deliver. You have to be as honest about it as you can, and don't avoid the difficult conversations and the stuff you don't like about each other. I think communication is the key for any relationship, and I cannot stress this enough, especially if you live in the same house. It's very easy to become brother and sister or just roommates and then forget to actually go on dates with each other. So a few years back, my wife and I reintroduced the concept of dating. We actually, once or twice a week, at least once a week, we go on a date. We have date night, and then we just go to our favorite restaurant, and then no phones. And we sit on one table, and you know what? We talk for hours. I don't know what we talk about, but we talk about little things, big things, you know, about what she thinks of stuff that happened in the news, or where she wants to go the next holiday, or she wants to get a new job, or sometimes we have small arguments. We never have big fights because, you know, for some reason we just get along really well. Sometimes it's just scary how well we get along, but sometimes, of course, it's hard. Sometimes we have periods where we don't get along that well. But I'm really proud of her because she's so patient, and she's absolutely an amazing person because she cares a little bit too much about her surroundings and the people around her than herself, actually. So that is what worries me a little bit sometimes. I wish she'd take care of herself a little bit more. I guess I'm just a really lucky guy. I really hope that we'll stay together forever. I'm so glad that I'm at an age where I don't really need to prove myself anymore. You know, your testosterone levels go down a little bit. I won DJ Mag 5 times. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to win it a 6th time, but in all fairness, I think it would be better to give it to one of the new guys, you know, the up and coming guys. I mean, I still put the effort into the show a lot, but it's more about the fans. It's not so much about the competition anymore.